what the fuck is going on? It goes sitting up in 10 minutes like, this is shit, this. What's the point? Come on, we're going on years.
Right, this is episode 1 of the Contextual podcast. I am Chris Phelps, aka Hulkamania78, and my assistant and partner in crime is Speak Baby.
Stevenson, and gamer tag Stevo Chillin.
As you can all tell, this is our first attempt at this. Obviously, I've a few podcasts with Stevo's been involved in one of mine, but it wasn't the best.
Before we go on, can I just give a shout out to what is it, Major Nelson?
That's getting edited out, you knobhead. I know, right, listen, we're doing our first podcast. Stevo's new to podcasting. I've done a little bit, but I'm still a novice. It's called a Contextual podcast. It's a bit of an in-joke, but me and Stevo are massive gamers. Obviously, that's what the whole thing is. And Contextual's used in quite a lot of games, but one of the games it's always used in, and it's been used for years, is Pro Evo or PES to other people. We both play FIFA now and a little bit of PES, but it's like a running joke with us because it's always called Contextual because in FIFA they don't have it, they have it in PES, and we rip the fuck out of each other because we haven't been too pleased with Pro Evo the last few years. So it's on its comeback this year.
Keepers are horrendous, aren't they?
Keepers are fucking shit. Go on, Stevo, do it. Do it. This is what I say to Stevo every year. Just do it. Give him a rundown about how I hype up Pro Evo for you, Stevo.
Same shite every year, innit? Why is it? PES is back this year, baby. All the lads know it by now. Hopefully it gets there, but it's a long way off in my eyes.
He's being polite here. He's absolutely being...
Last year, I'm not saying it, but the keepers were fucking shit.
That's better. That's what Stevo says every year. As soon as Pro Evo gets announced, I get the same text or a fucking voice message on Xbox or something going, the keepers are fucking shit. Because every year I hype it up. I think I should be working for Konami. The fucking hype levels I pull out for Pro Evo. And to be fair, there's only me and Steve who even fucking play Pro Evo now.
Still give it the time of day, don't we?
Yeah, we did have some good games though. We played it up to Christmas, didn't we? And then we just fell by the wayside.
Yeah, I think the thing that lets it down is the transfers and all that. They're always a few months behind, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, we know that.
Get with it.
No, I agree. I mean, you know me. You know some of the guys who work for Konami now and stuff. Big John Murphy. Yeah, let's give Big John Murphy a shout out. That guy was the hype machine for Pro Evo. I don't think we should say any more on our first podcast. We're always chatting together. When we're together, we have a fucking proper laugh. Like me and Stevo know each other because Stevo went to school with my brother a few years older than you. How old are you, Stevo?
Yeah, quite 23 now.
What do you mean, a few years, you fucker? I'm 38, so yeah, there is a big gap. Yeah, there's a bit of a Gary Glitter type gap going on here. But it was weird because we started playing online with my brother, and obviously Stevo and that all went to school with Javier, my brother, so I just started coming into the voice chats on Xbox 360 and stuff and grooming them all and stuff. So it's great. Yeah, it's great. I think that's getting edited out as well, Steve. We went from there, and that's where... You're laughing at you, pretty.
The fucking police on you. Scandal rig.
Yeah. Chris Phelps grooming scandal. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, we started this we play a lot of games online. Obviously, I've only been playing games online with Steve since he became legal at 16 and stuff. But no, but we play a lot of games. Like we play a lot of Gears together, Gears of War 4, Pro Evo, FIFA, Rainbow Six, Battlefield. The thing is, as well, to be fair, there was a massive group of Stevo's got his friends from school who were in brother's class and that. They all still play online together. I have a couple of my friends. My main guy who play online, Dave, he's in bloody Dubai, so he's very rarely online now because of the time difference. But so me and Stevo just literally Sundays a couple of times in the week, and obviously we trained together and stuff. Stevo was part of the performance centre over not bad. Right, anyway, so that's where we are. So we're starting this podcast now. We're going to do a new podcast every week. We've got a website coming with... We're going to be doing reviews, previews, the latest news, some videos. We're going to do some streaming. Mixer, Twitch. All these podcasts are going to be on iTunes, SoundCloud, putting them on YouTube as well, so the audio side of it. So we're just trying to grow the brand. We've got a few affiliations going down as well coming up. I've spoke to some of the big console makers out there. They're interested in what we're doing and the concepts. So we're just trying to get it going. So if anyone's listening and you can throw us a share through social media, give us a shout. The Contextual Podcast, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're in Stitcher, Tuning Radio app, YouTube, everything you can think of. We're on.
What aren't we on?
Yeah, exactly. We're on all of them. We have no followers, but we're on all of them. And then we've got our gamer tag for this podcast is called The Contextual, PS4 and Xbox. So we've got that set up as well. I mean, the thing is, we're not professional gamers. Stevo likes to think he is, but he's fucking crap. But then, obviously, I'm 38. I've got the experience of being probably just slightly better. But no, we are.
Shut up. Like 40 to...
No.
40 to 1 at one point.
What a load of bollocks. Every time we play and I beat Stevo, he'll go, oh yeah, that's it. It's 52-3 to me. And he's like, fuck off, not a chance. You're talking a what? Your bottle's gone on it. Look, you know I'm fucking telling the truth. This is where this has all come from. For me personally, what we said is for the first podcast, it's just going to be like, because we are literally playing online as we talk, so it's all going to be natural and real. There's no bullshit.
Like I said to you, I think it's just like an hour a week we'd like to just put in the game in while we're doing it, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. And I said like we're going to do a bit of chat about maybe a bit of footy and that, and you know, yeah, we'll do that at the end. Yeah, it's nothing too thingy, but we're both United fans, so you know, you can give us abuse, but we'll probably be talking around United sort of transfers and what's going on with, you know, when we're winning, hopefully more than we're losing and stuff like that. And that's where this is just chatting and stuff. And if there's anyone listening got any questions and that, just get involved because we're growing this and we need, you know, as many people listening as possible, subscribers and stuff. But what we said is we started going through what we like and dislike. Like, obviously, we've been older than Steve. I've been gaming since, you know, like 1983, 84, when I was like 5 or 6 years old. Atari 2600. Then I went on to the Master System and Mega Drive. I absolutely loved the Sega stuff. Then obviously I had a SNES, Amiga, you know, all Saturn, place. I've just gamed all the way through my life. And every year we do this, me and Steve always having days off for certain games. Pro Evo's always been one. You know what I'm always number one when it comes to...
For that from school. What is it? San Andreas took like 2 days off and got my mum to come and collect me to get it.
I've done that a year. Well, me and Steve went to Gears of War 3 when it came out a few years ago. My brother Javier, and we went to the midnight launch, and it's at that point where you start thinking, we are nowhere near as geeky as some of these guys here, but we are, to be fair. I'm like, some of the shit we've done to get games and consoles is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I remember in 2005 with Dave, my mate was saying from Dubai, and we went to Toys R Us. I even got signed up for the Toys R Us credit card so I could get the Xbox 360. And we went to fucking Toys R Us in Manchester at 5 in the morning because I was there the night before and they were like, we're not doing pre-orders, you just turn up. And people have been sleeping overnight and they give out all the consoles to the people who are in the cars. And I never got one and I hunted all weekend to get. And I've done all sorts to get consoles and games and stuff, you know what I mean? So one of the things with gaming, it's always there in the background.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. And especially me and Stevo, because we're good mates as well. He's like, seeming that we'll always get a session in at least once a week or something. Obviously, if he's lost a few games, Stevo goes missing, but, you know, I'm always available.
But start doing that streaming so I can show everyone, you know.
What the fucking truth. Yeah, a bit of Billy bullshit. Yeah, the truth. But yeah, Stevo, it's over to you, baby. So you can give him your gaming history.
No, I think you've covered it near enough there. I wasn't into the SNES and all that. I think that was a bit before my time. Like, my first console was a Mega Drive, you know, Sonic, all that.
Yeah.
Mania. But yeah, the SNES was a bit early, but then, of course, fell in love with the N64. I don't think who couldn't. GoldenEye.
Class.
And, like, just remaster that and bring it out again. I just think we're missing a game, quality multiplayer game like that.
Yeah.
I was on about it to someone the other day. That's one thing you don't get anymore. Like, it's all online now. I don't think the focus. They should bring a game out where you go round to your mate's house, you know, link up to the TV like the old days. You can see why they don't do it anymore, really, because the money's in the online business.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, the thing is, you know that. Look how much it costs us a year for our subscriptions and stuff, you know, for Xbox and PSN and that. And then I know they throw in the odd games, but I agree. I think the thing is as well, even though the online's good that you can speak to people and that. I mean, if you think of it logically though, it would be a bit weird in this day and age of a 38-year-old man coming
into fourth round about the Xbox 360, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
How many years ago? Like 12, 15 years ago before that.
Yeah, exactly. There was nothing, was there? Because I remember going to her uncle's to play the original Xbox and he had Pro Evo 5 on. Obviously, we were all massive PES fans and he was playing it. He was screaming at the telly. Actually, had the chair set up in the middle of his room, screaming at the telly and everything, and it was the connection and all. But he really brought me in, and then with Halo as well. But there was nothing. But it used to be you all got together. I used to have proper multiplayer tournaments. You've been to my house, haven't you? When we've done tournaments for Pro Evo. Yeah, they are good.
It is a different experience when you are playing, with people there than it is online now these days.
Oh, of course it is. I mean, you know that, Stevo. We've done. I'm always there or thereabouts with some, not scheme, but there's always something with gaming going down. Like if there's a free sort of, can you promote this game? I'll invite 15 people around my house and we'll have like tournaments for Pro Evo. We've done it for FIFA and we've bought stuff. I remember Dave buying fucking this spreadsheet stuff so you could do a proper tournament for FIFA and none of it worked at his house and that. Just stupid things we've done, but I'm always interested in that. But we've not done anything like that since Pro Evo. What was it, 2015, I
think. It was
15,
one where they all had the generic faces.
I mean, Raphael.
Raphael got absolutely ripped online, didn't he?
Fucking Raphael, nothing like him. Absolute garbage. But yeah, we haven't done that. And I think, you think of it logically, though, I was saying before, it'd be a bit fucking weird of a 38-year-old bloke knocking on your door to your mum. Hey, it's Daniel in. I've just come around to play a few games. So I think in that respect, the online side of it works. But, I mean, we're all gamers in this. How Sam plays. You've got that Switch, haven't you? And you've played.
Another thing, that's a console I bought recently. I've not touched it for a few weeks. I should get back on it, but just having the time to consume. With Zelda, it's a lot of grafting in that game. Can't just put an hour into it, but I am enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a top game, that Breath of the Wild. I've got it on the Wii, the one because of Wii U, because I would want the Xbox One X, and I was thinking I don't really justify the Switch because I play Nintendo stuff like Mario Kart, but I just don't play them like the Xbox and stuff.
No, I have to get a Switch straight away. I said it to you on it. That sold it straight away for me. Zelda. I've always loved Zelda series. Ocarina of Time, one of my favourite games. Wind Waker doesn't get much praise as it should do, but it's up there. Greatest games ever.
No, it's a class game, that.
Yeah. Nintendo, still doing business.
Yeah, they are good. I mean, they've done well. I was saying to you before, before we start recording, I've got my name down for that SNES Mini. I've got a few copies, but like Stevo said, it passed him by because he was N64.
Doesn't appeal to me, that now.
No, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of skill involved as well, so that's one of the reasons it doesn't appeal to you. Not bad.
Pure shite, the Hulk.
Talking utter bollocks on the podcast. What about Thingy? He was asking whether we were starting a podcast. What do you remember? Big D?
Big Damo?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris. Give a shout out to Damo. Oh, Chris. Big nose.
Hey, there's no need for the nose jokes. At least on an audio thing, nobody can see how big my nose is. There's no need for that, Steve, or you fucking cock. Sort of wanted to introduce ourselves, and this is the format. It's just going to be truthful, just two people talking. There's no agenda to it. We're just going to talk. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Do you know what I mean? The news side of stuff is more anything I see or you see. We're just going to sort of either put it on our website.
They're giving our take on games, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Like, have a fair share of the games we buy, and, we get all the new ones as well. It's just like I've been playing that, what is it, Ghost Recon, oh my god.
Is it garbage?
It's terrible. Really glitchy, it's just stuff like that.
No,
Gets me, you know what I mean? They don't give the honest review.
No, I told you.
10 minutes, I just have to turn it off. I'm planning to just get rid of it.
Just fuck it off, I would. I mean, I told you before because... one of the things I've done in the past, and I still do, is I do beta testing for games. But you're not allowed to say it when before the game comes out, but you're okay afterwards. And I did that. What's it called? Wildlands or something.
Yeah,
fucking rubbish. It was like a poor man's GTA. It was absolute garbage.
It was really bad, like glitchy. I couldn't.
No.
I'll have to show you how bad it was. But I've been playing the other one as well, Rainbow Six at the moment, and that's a different story. I've had a really good time on that,
No, it's a class game, that.
With one of the lads.
Yeah, not with me, because when we played last week...
One game. I'm going now.
All right, all the best. Bye. Yeah, I just went because we were playing, and I've not played for ages, and the controls are a bit more twitchy than Battlefield, and literally my aim was well off. And one of them, the guy was in front of me. He's like, I'd never played a first-person shoot before. Got hammered. What's the name? I was like the cannon fodder for Stevo and that to win the round because of absolute garbage on it. It's a top game though, really clever game, and he don't give the credit like you said. It's such.
Yeah, I think it's because it doesn't have a story like a main. No, single player does it. It's more
No.
focused online, so I think that's where a lot of people don't like that side. So, well, I'm not bothered. I'd rather have the online of it.
Yeah, I don't play offline. I said that to you. We've said this loads of times.
You could come round to my house and play like I was saying before.
I'd saying that though, Stevo's mum's belting because she's dead nice, his mum, and you always, it don't matter what time of day you come round, you get a bacon butty. Doesn't matter what time of day. She always says, she does so, doesn't she? She's so nice, your mum. It don't matter wherever it's. Do you want a bacon butty? No, I'm going to the gym. Yeah, but you could do with a bit of bacon before you go. No, I don't want any, honestly. I really don't. But no, she's dead nice, Stevo's mum. So one of the subjects we want to talk about, he's passionate for. We mentioned it before. Is Pro Evo, right? So Pro Evo, yeah, he's got to be the main concept of this podcast was for Pro Evo. Got a lot of friends who work at sort of Konami through the social media stuff now and at Konami. And then on the boards, I go on the Win 11 blog, WEMB, and I go on Evo Web and some of the other stuff. And I don't know about you, but Pro Evo is one of them games that it was so good when we were younger.
Yeah, back in the day,
it was nothing.
You wouldn't even touch FIFA.
No.
I remember my cousin who was the one who got me into Pro Evo. Like, I got FIFA. No, what is it? He got FIFA and I had PES. He just wanted to get rid of it straight away. You know, swap it for me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't having it. There's one with Armory and John Terry on the front.
5. Yeah, it's one of my favourites. No, 5, that.
It's a belter game, that.
It is. It's about. I mean, here in my house, I've got every Pro Evo from the PS2 all the way up to even this year's ones. I've got them all together on my thing, but some of them are just awful. And when tits up, like Pro Evo 5, 6, I probably played about 3,000 games online on the Xbox.
It wasn't even that though. It's like the whole, putting the real license. It was a lot easier back then, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
No, it's just so much time you need to put into it. Like, I've seen you do it. Like, you put hours in to get the proper game. Back in the day, you just put the memory card in and you were there straight on. Not none of this man red stuff and all that. I don't know. Hopefully, it gets back to its ways. But like I said before, they need to sort the keepers out. So if you're listening, Adam, take a bit of advice from me there. Yeah, because it's none of this bollocks. What is it? We like what you said about FIFA. We make robots, not humans. So that's my rant over, yeah.
Yeah.
Building up that. We need keepers back.
We do. I mean, the thing is, for me, what they hid it by last year is because of knowing sort of basic coding and stuff of gaming, and very basic. I'm not a programmer and I've never built a game properly, but is all they did last year was the keepers were still as bad as 2015 and 16. But what they did was they made in my eyes, they made the percentage of shots less accurate, if that makes sense. So a lot of shots went wide, but you still got them. I swear to God, Stevo, I could literally, and you know I'm not an aggressive person and that, but I could literally smash my TV up when I see some dickhead online in that fucking stupid mode, my club, doing a 1-2 from the centre circle. There's no defenders, and they just go to the keeper and just literally tap it into the fucking keeper. The keeper dives over it, and I don't care.
Salmon dive.
The fucking salmon dive, we always say, and you know this, and I don't care what you say about FIFA. I am always going to be a Pro Evo fanboy, no matter how good or bad Pro Evo. We always, you know it. I literally am getting aroused over Pro Evo every single year. Stevo's like, every year it's fucking Lob on City for you. Every year is the same. And it's true, innit? I proper get hyped up. I'm not getting it, it's rubbish. But there's so many things. And last year it was just hidden, or 2017 was hidden behind the percentage of how the ball goes towards the net. So a lot of were going over or wide, but it wasn't necessarily the keepers were better because they weren't. And you know that.
The gameplay was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was good. Well, we had some cracking games, me and Steve, really good. But the thing is, I found, and I don't know about you, is when he's played the old games like 5 and 6, there always was the cheat goals where you could do cutbacks. That was a big con online. But you sort of have to play the game and agree not to do stuff. Now, Stevo loves the sweaty cutbacks big time on FIFA and Pro Evo. Even them, and they're always held up in high esteem by me, you, everything, but there was still sweaty goals you could get because it's a computer game. But this year...
It's like the FIFA, sorry. FIFA has the finesse shot, doesn't it? A lot
Yeah.
of them go in half the time.
Yeah, of course they do. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I think FIFA's keepers have been really good in some of them. Last year they were as good because they went down this sort of, what's the name, didn't they, where they did like the mocap stuff and all that. And FIFA's good. I mean, you will play FIFA and it looks great. Like, you've just got a 4K telly finally because you're still using...
On the PS4, it looks really good.
I said to you, didn't I, though, with the HDR and everything. Yeah, it is good.
It's not as good, but like I said, the 4K PS4 is amazing. Some of the graphics I've seen on that.
Oh, don't forget to look at the Xbox One X because you'll be getting that like I am. And that's going to be even better, which is great. You know what I mean? It's only good for us. And Stevo's, to be fair, Stevo's very good with the technical stuff. I've got an LG. I have LG in my house, and I've gone for this LG. But when I got it, you come round and you were...
Thing, innit? Fake 4K LG.
You fucking prick. When I bought it, I am not lying to you. What was the button lag like on Gears? It was, because you didn't believe me.
I thought it was you talking absolute shit. Because you're being bad at Gears. You're like, look at this, Steve. It's not delayed. It's delayed or what? Fucking shit. So when I did get on it, it was, yeah, the input lag was awful.
It was really bad. But the thing was, it's a cracking telly. Everything else, it's got HDR on. Gears looks immense on the Xbox in HDR. And obviously there was that and Forza 3, the only HDR games. Because it's obviously the Xbox One S's. And I've got the Gears of War limited edition one. But you got one, didn't you, as well? Have you got a white?
It does when you open a disc tray.
It's limited edition, you knobhead.
Oh,
Hold on a sec. You won't be able to hear it. Hold on.
No, you do it.
Hold on. I'm going to put it on now and copy it. Hold on. Here we go. And then when you close it, it goes. Steve, you bellend. Don't forget, I can actually edit this, but I'll just say it was you. Yeah, Steve. What was that, Stevo? Yeah. Dickhead. But no, I got my 4K telly. Sam bought it, man. And I've looked online, and it was a Curry special. It was like a mid-range one, but it was down from 900 to 600. I got it last year, and it's belted. But what I had to do was, I was on to him about the gaming HDR. What I had to downgrade, it was still 4K, but without the HDR, you can tell the difference, even though it's 4K. So I had to go into gaming mode, which isn't HDR, or change it to PC on your inputs so you don't get the lag. But then they released a patch for it, but I had to then get a USB, do it myself. It didn't auto-update, but now it's belting in game mode, and now it's showing the true skills that I'm better than Steve at most games. So...
No, there was a lot of messing around when I did get the 4K at first. I didn't know how hard it was to set up, because when I put the Xbox in, it was just saying it wasn't reading it. Like you said, I've got the picture now.
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
Still think the PS4's a little bit better on it.
Yeah.
At the moment, and it does look unreal.
But Battlefield 1 looks good on the PS4.
Yeah, I've got that on the Xbox. I played that the other week. It just looks, same stuff. Like you said, I don't think it's 4K, is it?
No, because we got Battlefield, didn't we, for Xbox One, and I ended up with a free copy on the PS4, as only I can do, because this company messed me about, and it took ages for the game to come, and I was like, I want my money back. So I ended up buying the Xbox One from, I think it was Asda, near us, but then a PS4 version randomly turned up from this company. I didn't even order a PS4 version, and they went, oh, you can have your money back, here's a PS4 version. So I was like, thanks very much. So we've done that, which is pretty good. But no, so that's where we are. Gaming-wise, I am not into... I love Zelda, and I'll play it. I'm not into RPGs or anything. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, same, like Skyrim and that doesn't... I'll buy it, though. That's the thing. I always fall for it every year. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how many Skyrim's edition there is now, and they're bringing one out for the Switch, but I'll end up probably buying it, but I won't even enjoy it. It's just a game I can't get into, like role-playing and that. I tell you which game I've said to you before, Steve, it was a brilliant game online. And if I go to game on the PC, I've done well with a controller against the PC guys. If I just go into, like, when I'm waiting for something for an hour, is Overwatch. Absolutely, we should get that, because I love that game, but... Played it the other day, I wasn't keen on it.
Oh, weren't you?
No, I didn't enjoy it.
I liked it, mate. I like the... I only, to be fair, I go proper first-person shooter mode. I go with the Soldier 76, because it's just normal, gun. That's all he's got. He's got superpowers. The other ones don't interest me, to be fair. But I can do well with him. But I haven't got it. I bought it and then traded it in like a clown, like I always do. Got 35 quid trading, and I should have kept it.
Traded it in the day after.
Yeah. tell them, Steve, all the story about me and the tradings. And...
Oh no, I thought you meant the Bulletstorm then.
Go on, no, tell them about Bulletstorm.
Chris Phelps raving on about Bulletstorm. What was it? Yeah, he told me and his brother, this game's going to be bigger than Gears of War. Bulletstorm at the time. Alright, we're not having it. Gears was bigger back then. So I'm telling you now, pre-order it. So a few months went by, got Bulletstorm. You do that with a lot of your games, don't you?
Yeah, it is actually a running joke within the family. I don't do it as much now because what I try and do is, if I want a game, I know that game's going to last me. It's very rare now I'll buy, and like like Stevo's very good like that. He'll buy a game, he thinks, oh, I like the look of that, and he'll just go and buy it. Whereas with me, I suppose it's because I'm getting older now and it's having the time to do it. But I'll only buy games I know I'm going to play online and stuff. Like Gears of War, Gears. I love Gears, and we play that all the time, me and you. And I play that when you're not around. I love Gears of War. It's my favourite game series over anything. I've got all the figures and the fucking vehicles and everything, and all the limited edition stuff. But I just get Gears of War. Like I love Uncharted, and I love because obviously it's a PlayStation, but I love the campaign of Uncharted, but the multiplayer gets on my nerves because it just feels crap compared to Gears, and I'm like proper Storms, but Gears is my thing, and you know that. Literally any other games now, I've got to make sure I'm invested in them where I know I'm going to play them, whether you're going to play them with me, or you know what I mean. Like I won't do what you will actually buy a lot of games and play them, won't you?
Like I said, tell them I've not touched that for months, but I'm quite disappointed with. I had that Ghost Recon for a while. I said I had that for 2 months, and I put it on the other day. Didn't enjoy it. I've still got thingy from last year. I've not even touched Assassin's Creed.
That's what I mean. No, what I mean is you will buy these games at some point. You'll play them, won't you? Because I don't.
Should do, yeah.
I've game tested Assassin's Creed and I just don't like it. I've beta tested loads of them. I fucking don't like them at all. Just get on my nerves. Having to hide. I hate. It's like Metal Gear Solid. We talked about this. We got Metal Gear Solid, and it was a brilliant game. But after about 3 hours of just hiding in bushes and hiding behind fucking cartons and bloody boxes, and I just want to go in there all guns blazing. It just pisses me off. And I know that's wrong because that's the whole design of the game, but it's just not me. So for me and Stevo, you're probably not going to get me going, I've spent 100 hours playing an RPG. The only RPG type game I'll play, which I love, is GTA. I'm a proper cliche gamer. Stevo likes stuff like Pokemon and, all these World of Warcraft and all them sort of games, don't you?
Yeah, I don't mind the PC stuff.
Sorry, mate.
Put you in it there.
You fucking prick. What are you playing at the moment then, obviously?
Just basketball, that's all I play at the moment. I'm waiting for the new games to come out. There's not really much. No. It's always end of the year, really, aren't they? There's one game I wouldn't mind getting into. It came out a few weeks ago, that Friday the 13th.
Oh, is it Jason?
Yeah. It's on the pretty good. It's like a hide and seek thing.
Oh, I think it's got good reviews, But some of the previews I'd seen, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, so I won't mind getting into that, but I don't know. I think the next big game for me, just next year, though, Red Dead. Got to say, Red Dead series.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good, to be fair. I didn't give that enough time on the others. I literally played Red Dead on the 360 like you, but I didn't complete it.
Yeah, Red Dead, and I'd say the Batman series, they're top games, but I don't think they're bringing one out. I don't know if you did them, did you?
Yeah, I did. I did the first one, Arkham Asylum. I did complete that one, Arkham Asylum. But you know me, I don't know, single player campaigns just do nothing for me now. It's bad, really, because I'm proper, cliche gamer, but it just does nothing for me. I'd rather just play online against real people.
And then that Halo 4K, 600 online next year, that looks good.
Which one's that?
Halo 4, the 600 people online.
You had me then. You...
Okay, what is it, the E3 leaks? Are you
Oh, I'll tell you what, now we're here actually, let's talk about E3, right? Me, anyone who's not into gaming... No, let's say just... No, what... What happened was, every year I'm like a little kid, and E3 is on. Anyone who's not into gaming, who's listening, proper gaming, is E3 is the electronic expo every year in Los Angeles, and it's to do with gaming. So basically, they have Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. They have a PC one, obviously for the PC gamers and that, and they do shows and they show off latest games, and all the publishers go on. But they have, before the actual doors open to the public and all that, they have an hour and a half to 2 hour shows where they bring stuff off. So me and Stevo predominantly, we're playing on the PlayStation, but I am pretty much Microsoft, probably 80-20 gaming. I don't know what you're like now, Stevo, but that's where I am. So I'm always out for what Microsoft have got. So me and Stevo decided to go on the Xbox. We went into the Mixer app in 4K and all this, so it looked great.
I couldn't. I didn't have a 4K telly at the time.
Oh, sorry. So obviously the people who could afford a 4K, like myself, or you weren't be. Well, actually, Stevo can afford it, to be fair, because obviously some people can't understand that, but he's just tight. We went into the Mixer thing and we watched this together, voice chat on. It was a Sunday night. I've got to be up every day at 4 o'clock for work, and it was absolutely atrocious. And we were crying because I've tested Sea of Thieves and I just don't get it. It's not my game. And we were just sending each other random messages about Sea of Thieves. And when we were watching it, it wasn't the same show as the year before, was it?
Really bad. I've said to you, I think Sony have, the last few years, nailed it, haven't they? Microsoft, they just, I don't know, like that Xbox One thing compatible, that wasn't enough to save it like everyone's going on about.
No, I agree with you.
That should have been built into the Xbox One when it first come along. You know, shouldn't be like doing that now 3 years after it's come out or how long it's ever been out.
Yeah.
So I just find it a poor excuse every year.
No, I agree with you. You're more cutting than me. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to analysis, Steve always probably more on the money than I am. I'm like the hype guy where literally I'll be adamant all year, I'm not doing this, I'm not buying this, I'm not buying this. And then the little whiff of a new console or some game that's been hyped, I'm all over it then and a proper turn. I've always wanted a pirate game. It's just my sort of thing. But it's just not my thing. Like, I'm looking forward to Crackdown 3 this year. I just hope, because Crackdown 1 was on my first proper multiplayer games with my mates, doing the achievements and stuff online. The second one was poor. It had like a stupid zombie mode in it. It's just nothing for me. But Crackdown 3, I'm really looking forward to. So I hope that's up there. I don't think there's any other games coming out. I don't know about Call of Duty because, you know me, I'm
really good.
It does look good. You
lured me back in. I went off it the last few. For me, COD 4 is the best one, and COD World at War was good, but after that they just got a bit silly.
Yeah.
This looks like it's gone back to its roots. You know, just a normal war game, none of this jetpack stuff and all that shit.
No, exactly. I mean, I like Titanfall, as you know, but
I think you can buy games like that though. So COD doesn't need to be doing that because you can get your Titanfalls and other games.
Yeah.
Overwatch is like another one, all that, you know.
It's not real, is it? I mean, obviously, no computer game's real, but I understand that I am interested in COD, but I think I'm going to wait because I'm a Battlefield player more than anything. I play Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, or even Hardline I still play, and that got slated. I like that online.
I didn't like that one.
No, you didn't play it, did you? It's all right. The only thing with the last few Battlefields is the weapons. But what do I say to you when we're playing Battlefield 1?
Fucking shit, Battlefield, there you are now buzzing about it. No, it's the guns that gets to you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like the guns.
No, it pisses me off because there's not enough selection of guns. Hardline, there was hardly anything. And Battlefield 1, I'm using that M918, whatever it's called, but the same gun I've used from the start because when I play Battlefield, I'm always an engineer or a like assault type of thing. So I'm like into blowing the tanks up and things like that, which I was on Battlefield 4. But in Battlefield 1, there's only one gun. I don't like shotguns. I'm rubbish with shotguns. I'm only good with automatic weapons, so like proper machine guns. I'm rubbish with. I'm all right sniping, but I just get bored. When we play, Stevo pisses himself laughing all the time at me because I'm proper getting like kicking off, and then the rewards you get are crap.
Oh, what are they called? The barracks?
I don't know.
Boxes.
Yeah, it's not as good, is it? I mean, we were talking about this. We've bought the maps for Battlefield, but we haven't bought the season pass because it's been that long from release to the first one. I thought, there's no way I'm paying 40 quid. I just paid the 12 quid or whatever it was on the Xbox for the maps, that new map they brought out for that. But I only play Operations anyway, don't I? You You play Conquest when we play together,
Conquest.
but Conquest, yeah, that one. That's a new mode. That's part of the DLC as well.
I don't understand operations because when I played it with you, it's like the defending team can never win because you keep respawning, don't you?
Mm.
So I don't understand the whole concept of that. I just find it a bit silly.
I think it's like Rush, where you're supposed to hold a point for so long. But what happens is, I must admit with operations, I agree with you. You can't really hold... If you hold their team off, that should be the end of the game. But every time you hold their team off, something else happens where you get that dreadnought thing, the train will come on, or you'll get the blimp thing comes in, and you literally can get to the end of the map. And the only way you can win the defending team is just to try and kill all their team. But it doesn't... I understand you should be able to get to a point, and then that's the end of the game, and it doesn't... It just goes on and on. But it's good. I like it, but in the same respects, I agree with you. Conquest is a bit... I understand it more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it? Because we'll play... We always go back to the footy games, me and you always do when it comes to this shit, but like it comes to like the gaming and stuff. When we're playing other games, Stevo just hang me out to dry. So whenever we're playing Battlefield and that, I am just like the patsy who just gets absolutely nailed every time. going all guns places.
Tries to load the car full and gets them out.
I was having a harebrained scheme, don't I, to do something on the map.
John Rambo.
Fucking brilliant. I'm just trying to think, what else you want to talk about, Stevo?
No, we were on about E3 then, weren't we?
Oh yeah, shit, yeah. Yeah, we've gone well off there. Stevo there going off on one. No, it's me as usual.
It was PlayStation 1, yeah. But I can't remember what games brought out now. God of War, that looks good. Don't know if you saw it, Days Have Gone.
No, I didn't see that. Is that on the PlayStation?
They're your type of games, are they? Zombies and all that.
No, I'm not into them.
You're into all that.
No. There was that one, that State of Decay 2, that's coming out on the Xbox, but I didn't like the look of that.
Yeah, that looks good, that. And there's that other one as well coming out. What is it? Battlegrounds. I think that's coming out on the...
We're going to get that. No, we're going to get that. Yeah, that Battlegrounds Underground, or Battle Underground, whatever it's called.
PC one.
PC one. Yeah, I follow one of the main guys at Microsoft, of Xbox, Mike Ybarra, the one who does all the backwards compatibility stuff, and I follow him on Twitter, and he was playing it all the time on PC, and it does look good. It does look like a good game.
I've heard a few from rave on about that.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to be all over that one, Stevo, because that's our type of game, I think. Of the Contextual podcast, the second podcast, we're going to be talking about Pro Evo, giving general chit-chat, me and Stevo. So, Stevo, have you got anything to say to our loyal following?
What, now when we go?
You what? You're not going to say anything to our loyal following, like, as you sign off?
Oh, yeah. Just give us a heads up, give us a follow. Shout out to Adam Batty again.
Yeah, good lad, good lad. I'm going to give a shout out to Lewis Spence, Stevo's best mate. He'll be listening to this, as always, and giving his critique on it. Yeah, we'll episode 2 will be covering, our love of Pro Evo and what's wrong with it, and more from the passionate side of it, because not in a nasty side and that. It's just a case of we know it frustrates the hell out of us. So this has been episode 1. We will see you next week, same time. Stevo, end conversation with a JR special off the wrestling.
Oh my God, it's like a man playing with you. That's like you,
Goodbye.
isn't it?
That's staying in that. Bye.